Hi guys, this is the 5th time I tried this voiceover and it's definitely going to be the last. So the video I have for you today is the tutorial on the look I'm wearing right now on the screen, very dark and dramatic. It was super cold on the day I filmed this, which was unusual for spring, so I just was inspired by the cold weather and it's really dark and dramatic. I've been wanting to do something like that for a while and here we go. So I'm starting with a clean face as usual, and then went in with my M.A.C Soft Ochre Paintpot on my eyes. Of course, this is my favourite primer, it's the only one that I use. I haven't found another one that compares. I also set that with just whatever pressed powder I had next to me, and then I grabbed my Kat Von D Shade Light Eye Palette. This is the matte one, and I'm using the grey shade that's in the top at the middle, and I'm using that as my transition shade with a very big fluffy brush. I was doing one eye at a time basically, and I made this colour slightly darker than what a transition shade should be because I wanted my eyes to fade from black to grey, so this just made it a little bit easier, but I love this colour. And then the building begins. So I grabbed the black shade here with a very small blending brush and started to build up the colour. Now you guys will only see a couple of minutes, but I basically spent the majority of the filming time building up the colour of the black. So I ended up switching the brush there, as you can see, and eventually ended up cleaning up my eyes. I wanted that sharp edge and I think it turned out amazing. I got my M.A.C Soft Ochre Paint Pot and cut my crease. I don't use concealer because it just doesn't work, so I ended up using my M.A.C Paint Pot, and I pressed a little bit of the Maybelline Colour Tattoo in Barely Branded just on the top with my finger so it can act as like a champagne base for my Chichi eyeshadow in Call Me, which is what I pressed over the top right here. For my face, I'm starting off with the Nivea Men Aftershave Balm. This is the sensitive one. Hadn't used this in so long and my face was feeling very dry and textured this day, so I thought that it would be absolutely fantastic to use. For foundation, I mixed together Dermacol 208 with my M.A.C Mineralise Moisture Foundation because I just wanted to cover up the redness. I wanted to do a super dramatic look with like a very light coverage face, but my face was just so red and I thought no, it needs full coverage today. So that is exactly what I did. Under my eyes, I used my Colourpop concealer mixed with my Focallure one. It's the only way I can use the Colourpop concealer, otherwise it's too dry, but it's fantastic in this combo. To set my under eyes, I used my Australis contour kit in Lighter Than Light and the banana shade that's in the middle with my little coloured brush there, you see. The powder's really nice, but I still have to check the colour. I set my face with the Rimmel Stay Matte powder today just because I was using the Dermacol foundation and sometimes it tends to not set on my face no matter how much powder I use. If I wanted it to really last, I would bake, but I wasn't going anywhere this day. I just thought I'd film this, so I used a pressed powder and the Rimmel Stay Matte's the only one that works nice enough for that. To contour, I use the neutral-ish shade in the palette. The other one's too warm for my liking, and the one in the middle is too grey for what I wanted. I find that when I'm using a slightly darker foundation that I need the neutral tone. I'm using the Real Techniques contour brush as well. I'm still trying to get used to contouring, but I thought I did a pretty good job actually. For bronzer, I use this bronzer in the Ministar palette just because I had the contour and I thought I'd like a nice warm bronzer, so I blended that in with the Real Techniques buffing brush. It's supposed to be for foundation, but it's my favourite bronzer brush of life. And I just ended up using the blush that's in the palette because I didn't know what colour to use and I thought it's really nice, it's right here, I like it, so why not? So I'm just blending that in with the brush I normally use for blush. And then I grabbed my highlighting brush and used the Goldy Peachy shade here. I ended up eventually mixing over the pink shade just a tiny bit to make it look a bit lighter because when I look straight ahead you could see that gold orange streak on my face. They are a bit powdery, but on the face they are incredible. I love these. I went and did my brows off camera just because you guys don't need to see that, and then when I came back I used this matte cream shade on my inner corner because I need to brighten up my eyes with a matte shade like this first before I put my highlight shade in, just especially when I'm using very dark shades like this. It just stops my eyes from looking too tired and just horrible. I blended the grey shade on my lower lash line with my bigger pencil brush and really kind of, I don't want to say I smoked it out, but I also joined it in with the colour that's up on my upper lid and I grabbed a smaller pencil brush and was gradually building up the black shade on my lower lashes. I was concentrating it closer to my lashes themselves, but I was also blending it out a little bit just so it could not look as harsh. And here's me piling on 3 loads of mascara. So the first one's the Urban Decay one, and I also want to say I'm sorry if I was very distracted, like in the footage of this video. I was watching the new episode of Riverdale because I filmed this like 3 weeks ago, and I was very intrigued while watching it. And I just put my Australis Fierce Eyes over the top. I was going to wear falsies, but I remembered I didn't have any glue, and you can't wear them without glue, so it's kind of pointless. So I just piled on the mascara instead. Of course, I put some mascara on my lower lashes because I can't live without mascara on my lower lashes. And then I think I only put eyeliner on one eye. I think, from what I'm looking in the rest of the footage, I think I only put eyeliner on one eye, which is stupid. So I'm going in with this wine mulberry coloured lip liner. I think this colour is absolutely gorgeous. This is from a set I got from Wish, so I don't know the brand itself, but the colour and the formula is actually really nice. Over the top I use the NYX Liquid Suede lipstick thingy in the colour Cherry Skies. I really like this colour. I think it's gorgeous, and I wanted a matte shade for this because I just wanted to, and this was the perfect shade. This is the red that I was looking for. So, thank you guys so much for watching. All the products and everything will be in the description box as usual. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button. As usual, my social media sites will also be in the description box, so please go check that out. I hope you really enjoyed the video. Please leave some comments and some suggestions down below for what you want to see, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!